Computer scientists are always looking at ways to pack more information in a smaller space, be it on a chip, a floppy, or a hard disk. Now, as Terry Phillips shows us, a couple of companies have created new ways to squeeze data itself down into smaller packages.
From the days of Edison's home phonograph to today's computer diskettes, the demand for data storage continues to increase. And computer scientists are developing new ways to meet that increasing demand. One way to get the most byte out of your bits is a technique known as data compression.
The programming codes which are used to translate words and numbers into computer language fill up memory storage space. Oftentimes, those codes are repeated again and again. Simply put, data compression takes some of those redundant codes and abbreviates them.
If a character is repeated, there's no need in a data compression scheme for that same character to be stored over and over again. The information can be stored as to how many times it's repeated, and the system then can understand that and then repeat it when it's played back. And especially with image storage, a great amount of an image is just repeated information. It's white space, or it's black space, or it's blue space. And that can easily be compressed to a very large degree by data compression.
One of those companies is Stack Electronics of Carlsbad, California. Their product, Stacker, provides real-time lossless compression for personal computer hard disks. Stacker is sold via original equipment manufacturers.
Every file is stored, of course, in terms of bytes. And when we see repeated sequences of bytes, what we do is we replace the second and subsequent appearances of those sequences with tokens. And the tokens are shorter than the actual sequences that they replace.
Another producer of lossless data compression equipment is InfoChip Systems in Santa Clara. Their Expands products are sold in retail stores.
We don't lose a single piece of information. When we reconstitute that information, you get it back bit for bit. So since we can't lose information, the compression ratio will adapt to the data structure it's looking at. And where you have redundancy, and all man-made data is redundancy, the more redundancy you have, the greater compression ratio you'll get.
Both Stack and InfoChip Systems have won industry awards. Each company says its data compression products can at least double disk capacity and are said to be completely transparent.
I think it's going to be a very competitive market because it is so lucrative potentially. I think that we have to use our R&D jump now that we've gotten on the competition, use that time to establish the brand name, the Stack technology out there in the marketplace so that by the time the others have the technology, we're already an established standard.
There are about 50 million PCs out there, of which no more than 15,000 have this solution at the present time, leaving a tremendous install base for us to sell product into. The goal and the reason we selected retail was to create brand awareness, company awareness, and general market awareness of data compression.
But whose data compression product will emerge as the industry standard?
We are the pioneer in this field, that we have set the standard that other people are going to have to follow.
Standardization is the biggest issue that lies before us right now. And of course, we've got a big jump on the market, having gotten 1 million end users out there already.
Well, as far as data compression goes, it's still early as a development, as an applied aftermarket offering in in the industry. I hate to have to tell you this, but the thing that's required here is patience. Again, I think data compression is going to be something that we all regard as normal in the future. But since there are no standards at this point agreed upon within the industry, since there are different ways of doing it, I think we're going to see a certain amount of confusion for several years until the dust settles. And it may be that, again, certain large system manufacturers may act as the referee on all of this when they finally get their act together and bring out a method which will be the industry standard.
Data compression may not fulfill the increased demand for information management, but it'll help. And as an industry standard finally emerges, this technique may become as commonplace as recorded music. Terry Phillips, Silicon Valley Report.